Hey everybody, I was just sitting here studying script and ran across, I was looking up a script about the Most High not being known anymore for his great salvation of his children of Israel out of Egypt, but he will be known more for the exodus of his children that have been scattered all over the world or the earth. And in that process, I was looking at I don't know how I come across it. I think I was just looking for that script, but I came across Psalms 91, my favorite script, and I saw someone that did a teaching about the names of the Most High. It said the 4 names of God. So as I began to study that and restudy Psalms 91 and the names of the Most High in that text, I got a revelation. And I wouldn't even call it a revelation, but I got a better understanding of how other people look at the Most High and his names or his attributes, because that's what the fellow was actually saying. The different attributes of the Most High, which you can call it a name because he embodies his attributes. So I guess you can say he is the Most High, but his name is YAHUAH. And I was looking at how one of his names means more than enough. And that's a powerful one, because when you think of the Most High, most of the time, most people fear him and are kind of standoffish to him. But when you really get to know him more as a father, and the script that says, why would a father whose son asks for a piece of bread give him a stone or a snake? I know I'm not quoting that correctly, but we understand the Most High when he says, when we as men wouldn't even give us children stones or snakes, and how great he is and how he would give to his children what they need, more than enough, as his name says. But another one of those names is the Most High, one of his attributes. And I use that a lot myself, more than YAHUAH, because that's how he taught me when I was awakened to the truth. And I had already started calling him the Most High from studying David. And I noticed that that was one of David's favorite attributes of the Most High, or YAHUAH, the Most High. And it has become one of my favorites because I had started when I was in the hospital and going through all them surgeries. I had started saying to my wife and to myself, first to myself, every time I get into something, or every time something comes up, the Most High knocks it down. Every time something comes up, the Most High knocks it down, because we was going through all them surgeries and different operations and diagnoses and tests, and it just gotten to be a whole lot. But he told me, look what's really going on now. You may be having some opposition, but look what happened to it every time. So that's why I call him the Most High, because I've learned him as the one that is higher than everything that we may come up against, or any other gods, any situation, any person. And then I was listening to a teaching about the prayer of Nehemiah. Powerful. The sister really broke it down. But one of his attributes that she called out, what that the text wrote, is that he is the great and terrible God, or the great and terrible Elohim. And see, a lot of folks don't know him as the great or the terrible, and don't want to know him as the terrible Elohim. And with the word Most High and terrible put together, it starts to paint a picture of where we're at these days and how he is about his children. And a lot of people say, well, God is love, but yes, it's just like a loving parent. When you trifle over their children, you get to see what love is really about. But yeah, the text that I was studying today is that the Most High will be made known more for the second Exodus, or his second gathering his people out. And Nehemiah put it. And see, that's what I was thinking earlier. We cannot put the Most High in the box. We cannot put him in a box because, and I was just thinking about the stranger, as we call him, the people that will be added on to us, the other folks that will be saved besides us children of Israel, and how we somehow want to make it a small number, and then a whole lot of folks won't make it in, which is true, but a whole lot will, put it that way. But the Most High had me looking at Nehemiah and his prayer, and how he caught the favor of the king and his wife, because the king was like, Nehemiah, what's wrong? You look down, you're not sick, what's wrong, you're sad? Told him about his homeland being burnt and the walls being torn down. And as the teacher that was teaching it reminded us, he was talking to the king that actually tore the walls down and burnt it down, because he was in exile to the king's house. He was his wine server, a cupbearer as they call him. So he was like, well, what you want to do about it? Basically. And Nehemiah went and prayed and asked the Most High, is this the answer to the prayer? In my own words, could this be the answer to my prayer? And I don't know if he prayed it right then or he came back to the king, but I'm sure he just asked the Most High like I do at times. Is this it? Yeah, okay. But he prayed the prayer that he would have favor in the sight of the king. And see, a lot of times we try to put the Most High in a box, but a lot of times those that we think are our enemies are there for us. But we can't make enemies with our enemies. That is crazy. It sounds crazy, but it's the truth, because he had a great, he had a great attitude and demeanor on his face while he was working for the king, even while he was in exile, until that one day he got the bad news, and then he showed up for work, and he's not happy-go-lucky. I don't believe in luck, but that's the old saying. He wasn't all chipper as usual. Even for someone that's in bondage, you know, it's commendable of him to have a great attitude and be smiling and happy. But the king noticed it, him and his wife. And I'm sure it was the wife that noticed it because she was put in the text. Because it's like women notice things more than a man would. Sometimes men could care less, but they care more when the wife cares. And I was asking the Most High about that. Why would you include the wife? Because it said him and his wife. So I know by my own experience as a husband for 20 some odd years that the wife was whispering in the king's ear, something's wrong with Nehemiah. He's not his happy self. What's wrong with him? And I'm sure Nehemiah, like myself, made their day, just by being content, happy, like Paul said, in whatever situation. And I've done that a lot to a lot of my clients. And they express it and they pay for it. And tips and other benefits. But yeah, that really stood out to me, and it kind of opened my eye to how the Most High is doing things now in this day, as we, like Nehemiah, pray in our bondage. Now that our time is up, they only went through a 70-year period, but we have been through a 400-year period, and now it's time for us to pray. But in looking for our answers, we have to look to the Most High and how He's done things in the past, and not putting everybody in a box as we put. Don't put the Most High in the box, and don't put everybody else in the box. As far as making enemies with everyone because of their skin color or because of their position. Because a lot of times those are the ones the Most High has chosen to help you, and that they have seen you. They have known your stories by watching, and they will basically do anything for you because of your attitude towards them. You love them. And I'm so coming off the fly with this that I didn't even give my thought for the day. And it is so that they would know who you are. So that they would know who you are. And see, the Most High was, as He was telling me, don't put me in a box. He was like, basically tell people don't put Him in a box. But He's doing this so that we may know Him, or know who He is, and how great and terrible He is. And I'll put them scripts in the video. I know I didn't even tell you where they was coming from, but I'm basically just getting up and just getting this off of me because it was such a shaking. And I don't really want to say a shaking. It was such a great idea. I had to go and put it out. Or at least get it out of me. That they would know exactly who He is. How great and terrible. How almighty. The Most High, who sits above the whole world and looks down on it, just like I'm doing now. It says in the text that His feet are resting at the foundation of the world. I don't know exactly how that script goes, but it's basically saying He's just sitting over the world like this. And there's another text that says looking to and fro, to whom He can bless. We're looking for faith for His word is so amazing, and it's in me. I just hate sometimes. I just can't remember the exact sayings and exact location of those scripts, but I really don't think that's important because I can find it afterwards. But it just shows how he's just looking over the earth and caring for his loved ones and doing this and that, manipulating the whole scene. And I hate to say manipulating, orchestrating the whole scene of what's really going on behind the scenes for the favor of his people, for those that are his true people, his called out ones, his set apart ones. And like I said before, and we continue to say, and I think this is like the thought of my entire ministry. Identity without intimacy still equals depart from it. So there's a lot of people that say there's God's chosen people, but they don't know him. So he's still going to say depart from me. And there's a lot of people who's not blood, but he's going to say welcome in to my rest. And they're just as much children as the Most High as anybody else. As long as they accept the sacrifice that Yahushua's made for them on that tree, he's not going to tell them to. So that's going to be my time for today. I love y'all. As always, stay up and keep pushing forward in the right direction with the Most High. So they will know who you are. So they will know who you are. And see, the Most High, the way he does things is for show. He wants an audience. He wants everybody to know who he is. Because as much as Hasatan has tried to hide the fact that the Most High is real, and even the fact that he is real, Satan, the Most High, this is his time to be known again throughout all the earth. Just as he was known by all the other nations after he delivered his children out of Egypt. Just like the harlot Rahab said, we knew you was coming for us, in my own words. We knew you was coming for us because we heard of the great things that your God did to Egypt and how he delivered you through the sea. And see, when the Most High has a name like that, how can his name be made greater this time around? I'll wait. And it's because he's bringing his children, he's gathering his children that he's scattered to the, like the text said, to the north country and all the other nations of the earth. He's bringing them all back to the land that he said he was putting his name on, his stamp of approval on, in my own words. That's how he's going to make his name greater, because he's doing it all again. And this time it's going to be a greater feat than just taking people out of one location. This time he's taking them out of every nation of the world, of the earth. He's gathering them all and bringing them back to one location. And this is how he's going to make his name greater. And everybody's going to know who he is. And they're going to want to come and pay homage to the Most High. So that they would know who he is the Most High Elohim. There's none greater, none more terrible. And why would the text say he's terrible? Because the removal of his children. It's going to be terrible in a lot of people's sight because they're holding his children. But yeah, so that they will know. And it's amazing how a lot of times we as humans, we do things to what we call showing out. Just like when we was young, we did it all the time. We loved to show out. Especially when we played ball, we used to do things that was, in other people's eyes, amazing. And other folks would call that showing out. But we just practice. See, our pop taught us that practice makes perfect. And in our practice, we will be able to do things that other people couldn't. And therefore, they would think it would be amazing. But I wouldn't think it was so much amazing as, like I say, practice. But let me give her a holler. And I guess my encouraging word for today would be to, as always, trust the Most High, seek His face, and listen to His Ruach HaKodesh, His Holy Spirit, and see what you can do to further on His plans. See what you can do. And it's really not a whole lot that we can do per se than just being obedient in our lane. Just like I said in the prior recording, you stay in your lane and I stay in mine. But as you are in your lane, you do what He tells you to do. Okay, stay up and keep pushing forward in the right direction. Shalom. Yeah, I just feel I haven't given this thought enough. But it's all about the Most High making His name great. And I was just reading over a text where the Most High was saying that He had delivered His people out of Egypt and had made His name famous for doing such. Now He had scattered other nations and said moved them out left and right for His children's sake. But I thought that was right on time. And I believe that was in Samuel, if I'm not mistaken. But of course, as always, we'll put the script in the recording. But see, if you lean in and listen to the Ruach HaKodesh, He'll begin to teach you. And He'll begin to give you nuggets out of His text to bring that lesson on home. Or to bring that thought on home, as I like to say. But as you sit at the Master's feet, He will tell you good things that will just build and build and build on your faith to the point you're strong in your belief in the Most High and that word that He's given you, to the point where you can share it. But I just love the Most High and His word. I see a little kid riding a bike, bigger than his daddy's. He just got the seat down low. It's a nice bike too. Got them big wheels on it. Let's see if we can get a glimpse of it. See, look at him right there. The bigger ones bite. Look like a trick. One I want.